My dear children, come close and rest in my presence. The world around you may be filled with noise and emptiness, but here in this quiet moment, all that fades away. Listen to the stillness. Hear the faint chime of a distant bell as it rings through the cool morning air. Feel the warmth of light streaming through stained glass, painting soft colors upon the walls of your heart. You are standing in a sacred place where my love flows freely and my peace rests gently upon you. I see you, my beloved ones. I see the loneliness that sometimes visits your soul, the ache for someone to understand, the silent longing for companionship, the deep desire to belong. I see every tear you have shed when it felt like no one noticed your presence. But hear me now, my dear children, you are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are never alone. For I, the Lord your God, have set you within my heart, and I hold you even when no one else does. Come, sit at my table. The candles are lit, their flames dancing softly in the gentle breath of my spirit. The table stretches wide, filled with bread that nourishes and cups that overflow with joy. Around this table, no one is a stranger. Every soul finds its place. Every heart finds its home. This is the joy of fellowship, my joy when my children dwell together in unity and love. Stay with me now, my dear children. Let my words be the light that fills your quiet room, the gentle fire that warms your heart. I speak this message to you, beloved ones, because I see the isolation that has crept into the world, the distance between hearts, the walls built by fear, by shame, by misunderstanding. So many of my children walk through crowds yet feel unseen, scroll through endless screens yet remain untouched by real love. But I am not a God of distance. I am the Father who gathers, the shepherd who calls his sheep into one fold. I have created you for connection not only with me, but with one another. The breath of my spirit is not meant to dwell in solitude alone, but to flow through the fellowship of hearts made alive by love. My dear children, the ache you feel for belonging is holy. It is not weakness. It is the echo of Eden, the memory of the first table, the first laughter, the first shared moment in the garden where I walked with you in the cool of the day. And still I walk with you. Still I set the table. Still I call you into the warmth of community, where my joy is made complete. This message, beloved, is to remind you that I place the lonely in families. For it is written, God sets the solitary in families. He brings out those who are bound into prosperity. Psalm 68:6. This is my promise. This is my heart for you. So linger here with me. Let your spirit grow quiet as I speak to you of my joy in fellowship. My dear children, before the foundation of the world, I designed the beauty of togetherness. From the dust, I formed life, not to walk alone, but to dwell in love. I have written fellowship into the very rhythm of your being, every heartbeat a reminder that you were made to give and receive life from others. When you laugh, I delight. When you share a meal, I am in the midst of you. When you open your heart to another soul, you mirror my nature, for I too am a God of communion. In my very essence is relationship, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit in eternal unity and love. When you draw close to one another in kindness, in forgiveness, in understanding, You step into the flow of that divine fellowship that has always existed in me. I know that loneliness can feel like an endless winter. The world grows quiet, and your heart begins to doubt that spring will ever come. But hear me, even in the coldest night, I am near. I am preparing the dawn. I am guiding others toward your path, even when you cannot see them yet. You may think you are forgotten, but I am already weaving the tapestry of connection that will bring warmth to your soul. Do not hide your heart, my dear children. Isolation may feel safe, but it is not what heals you. Love heals you. Laughter heals you. Fellowship heals you. When you open your door, when you share your story, when you extend your hand, you open a channel for my presence to flow. Picture the table I have set before you. It stretches further than your eyes can see, a table not of wood and stone, but of spirit and light. Upon it lies every gift I have given: grace, mercy, joy, and the bread of everlasting life. At this table, the poor sit beside the rich, the broken beside the whole, the weary beside the strong. There is no hierarchy, no division, only my love poured out like living water. When you gather together in my name, I sit among you. I am the unseen guest at every table, the quiet joy between every word. I bless the bread you break. I fill the silence with peace, and I turn even the simplest moments, a smile, a meal, a prayer, into sacred acts of communion. My dear children, do not underestimate the power of fellowship. It is more than friendship. It is the joining of souls in the fabric of my divine purpose. Through fellowship, my spirit flows from one heart to another. Through community, faith becomes stronger, hope becomes tangible, and love becomes visible. Do you remember how I walked among you, breaking bread with sinners and saints alike? I shared my table with fishermen, tax collectors, and the weary. I did not isolate myself in heaven's glory. I came to dwell among you, to show you that love is found not in walls, but in welcome. So too must you open your hearts to one another. For when you love each other, you love me. When you feel alone, whisper my name. Let my spirit remind you of all the hands I have sent to hold you, all the hearts I have placed around you, even those you have yet to meet. I am gathering your community even now, hearts that will walk beside you, speak truth to you, and share the road with you. My joy is full when you come together, when my children embrace instead of withdraw, when they forgive instead of resent, when they share their table instead of eating in silence. Heaven rejoices. The angels lean close, for the sound of unity is the sound of heaven itself. Do not believe the lie that you are better off alone. I have made you for connection, not comparison. I have called you to community, not competition. Where my spirit dwells, there is harmony, not pride. And when you gather, whether 2 or 10 or 1,000, remember, you are a part of something eternal. Every act of fellowship on earth reflects the fellowship that will one day fill heaven, the great feast where all my children will sit together, redeemed and radiant, clothed in joy that never ends. Let these words rest within you. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. My dear children, that is where I command the blessing life forevermore. So reach out, invite, share, listen, pray together, eat together. Love one another deeply, for love covers a multitude of wounds. The world will know me by how you love. And when loneliness returns, as it sometimes will come back to this truth, you are never truly alone. My spirit is within you. My family surrounds you. My joy awaits you at the table I have set. Come and take your seat. The bread is warm, the light is gentle, the fellowship is pure. This is my joy, and it is yours too, forevermore. My dear children, linger with me still. Let my words be as oil poured over your weary heart, restoring what loneliness has taken. Feel the weight of my peace resting upon you, soft as a blanket woven by my own hands. You have wandered long through seasons of quiet ache, through rooms filled with silence where laughter once lived. But now I speak life again into your spirit, the life that flows when hearts dwell together in love. From the beginning I made you for togetherness. When I formed you in the secret place, I placed within you a longing not just for me, but for one another. I shaped you in my image, and I myself am not solitary. I am the living fellowship, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, three in perfect unity, bound forever by love. So, when you reach out to another, when you open your life to someone else, you mirror the beauty of my own heart. I know that sometimes the world teaches you to protect yourself, to withdraw, to trust no one. You have been hurt, misunderstood, left behind. Some of you have built walls so high that even love cannot climb over. But my dear children, love does not force its way. It gently knocks. I stand at the door of your heart, not to condemn you for your distance, but to invite you back into the warmth of my design. Open the door. Let me show you again what it means to belong. There is a table in heaven that I have prepared, a great banquet where every seat is filled, every face shines with light, every voice sings with joy. Yet that same table begins here, now, when you share a meal with another soul. Each act of kindness, each word of comfort, each shared moment of grace extends that heavenly feast into the world. When you break bread together, remember that I am there. When you pour a cup for another, you pour it for me. Every act of welcome, every gentle word spoken in love becomes an offering of worship before my throne. My dear children, this is the fellowship that fills my heart with joy. When you live not for yourselves alone, but as one family joined by grace. Do you see how I have surrounded you with my people? Sometimes they appear in unexpected forms, a neighbor who greets you kindly, a friend who listens without judgment, a stranger whose smile awakens hope. They are gifts I have placed in your path. Do not overlook them, for through them I reach for you. I place the lonely in families, not only those bound by blood, but those bound by spirit. Some of your greatest kinship will come from hearts you meet along your journey, souls drawn by my Spirit to walk beside you in faith. They will pray with you when you cannot find the words. They will stand with you when storms rise, and through them you will taste the joy of being truly known and truly loved. My dear children, loneliness loses its power when you allow love to enter. The enemy seeks to isolate you, to whisper that you are forgotten, unwanted, unseen. But I shatter those lies with truth. You are chosen. You are mine, and I take joy in your presence. I have written your name upon my hand. I have never once turned my gaze from you. Even when you feel abandoned, my spirit surrounds you. Like the air you breathe, unseen, yet essential, constant, and full of life. There is beauty in solitude, yes, moments when you draw away to rest in me alone. But solitude was never meant to become isolation. Even in the stillness, I am preparing you for communion. I teach you to hear my voice, so that you may return and speak my love to others. I fill you in the quiet, so that you may pour out in the crowd. Picture this, my beloved, a long wooden table stretched beneath the golden glow of evening light. Around it sit my children weary, laughing, sharing stories, breaking bread. The aroma of hope fills the air. The walls resound with gentle joy. This is not a distant vision. It is the life I desire for you now. You were made for the table. You were made for the laughter, the tears, the stories, the shared faith that binds hearts together like threads of gold. When you sit alone and ache for companionship, remember that my Spirit sits beside you. I gather you into the unseen fellowship of saints and angels, a communion that never ends. You are part of something vast, something eternal. The family I build spans nations and generations, a living temple of souls joined by the cornerstone of Christ Himself. Do not despise small beginnings, my dear children. Even two hearts meeting in my name carry the weight of heaven's glory. Where two or three are gathered, I am in their midst, not as a distant presence, but as the living center of their fellowship. When you pray together, I incline my ear. When you worship together, I dwell among you. When you love one another, I rejoice, for my joy becomes complete in you. Be patient as I build your community. Sometimes I must first heal what is wounded before I connect you to others. I prepare your heart for the love you will receive, so that when I bring you into new fellowship, you may give and receive freely. Trust my timing. Every delay is preparation. Every season of quiet is fertile soil for the harvest to come. My joy in fellowship is not only about your relationships with others, it is also about your unity with me. For in loving one another, you draw closer to my heart. In serving one another, you reflect my Son. And in forgiving one another, you release the fragrance of heaven into the world. So take courage, beloved ones. Open your door. Extend your table. Speak with kindness. Listen with patience. Give without fear. For every act of fellowship sows seeds of eternal joy. There will come a day when the great table of heaven will be set, when all who love me will gather with songs and laughter that never fade. You will see faces you thought were lost. You will hold hands that once slipped away. Every tear will be wiped from your eyes, and joy will rise like morning over the horizon of eternity. Until that day, live as children of that promise. Build your tables wide. Let my Spirit fill your homes with laughter, your hearts with gratitude, your communities with light. For when you walk in fellowship, you walk in my joy, the joy that no loneliness can steal, no darkness can smother, no distance can divide. My dear children, listen closely, for I am not finished speaking to your heart. I am still here, the same God who walks with you through the empty rooms, through the long nights when silence seems louder than song. I am the one who draws near even when you cannot see me, the one who fills the spaces where others have gone. But I do not desire for you to stay hidden in solitude forever. I made you for togetherness, for shared joy, for love that multiplies when it is given away. You were never meant to feast alone. The bread of life tastes sweetest when broken and shared. The joy I give is designed to overflow. It cannot remain contained in one heart. When I pour out my Spirit upon you, it is not only to comfort you in private, but to send you forth as a light to others. You are my hands, my voice, my presence in the world. Through you, I reach those who are still wandering in loneliness. Through you, I remind them that they are seen, loved, and chosen. My dear children, there is divine strength in fellowship. When you walk together, the burden becomes lighter. When one stumbles, another helps them rise. When one heart grows weary, another speaks words of hope. This is how I designed my body, not as separate, scattered lives, but as one living whole, each part connected by love. When you lift your eyes to the needs of another, something beautiful happens. Your own heart begins to heal, for loneliness loses its grip when love begins to move through you. It is not only by receiving love that you are made whole, but by giving it freely. As you bless others, you become the very vessel of my joy. Look at the table I set before you once more. It stretches across nations, cultures, and languages, and still there is room. You will never find a full table in my kingdom, for there is always space for one more. My love expands without measure, and so must yours. Let no one eat in isolation when you can offer a place beside you. Let no one thirst in silence when you can pour them the living water of kindness. Do not be afraid to reach out, my dear children. The world may tell you that connection is risky, that vulnerability is weakness. But I tell you the truth, vulnerability is sacred. It is the door through which love enters. It is the soil where fellowship grows. When you reveal your heart in honesty, you create a space for my Spirit to dwell between you and another. Think of the early believers who gathered in homes and shared all they had. They prayed together, broke bread together, and sang hymns in unity. They did not have grand temples or worldly power, yet their fellowship was alive with fire. That same Spirit burns still. It moves through living rooms and church halls, through shared meals and whispered prayers, through quiet moments when hearts connect in my name. My dear children, I know that some of you fear rejection, the sting of reaching out and finding no response. But even when that happens, know this: I see your courage. Every time you choose love over fear, heaven rejoices. Every act of kindness ripples beyond what you can see, reaching souls you may never meet. Nothing offered in love is ever lost. There will be times when community feels messy, when misunderstandings arise, when human frailty causes pain. Do not let that drive you away. Forgive quickly. Love deeply. Stay rooted in grace. Fellowship is not about perfection. It is about persistence, the daily choosing of love despite the flaws of others and the fears within yourself. I, your Father, will strengthen you to walk in that kind of love. When you gather, my presence is multiplied. When you sing together, I add harmony to your song. When you pray together, I breathe power into your words. My Spirit moves most freely where hearts are united. Do not forsake the beauty of coming together. I dwell in the midst of my people. I inhabit their praises. I pour out blessings where unity reigns. Hear me, beloved. The joy you seek is not far away. It is found in the simple, sacred acts of connection. in the laughter shared over a meal, in the gentle clasp of a hand during prayer, in the quiet presence of a friend who simply stays, in the warmth of worship that fills a room where my children lift their voices together. That is where my joy lives. Even now I am building bridges around you. People you have not yet met are being prepared to enter your life. Hearts that have also felt the ache of isolation are being drawn toward you by my Spirit. When you cross paths, it will not be by accident, it will be by divine design. I am the God who orchestrates connection, who sets divine appointments at the perfect time. So trust me, my dear children. If you find yourself alone today, do not despair. I am not finished writing your story. I am still setting the table. The chairs may look empty now, but soon they will be filled with laughter, with the sound of voices that lift you up and remind you of who you are in me. I will bring you into community, not just for comfort, but for purpose. For through fellowship, your gifts will find expression, your faith will grow, and your love will multiply. Let your home become a place of welcome. Let your words be a table where others may sit and rest. Let your presence become a light that draws others to me. This is the ministry of fellowship, a sacred calling to embody my love in every moment of togetherness. Remember, my dear children, the great joy that awaits. A day will come when no one will be lonely again. The feast will be ready. The candles will never go out. The music will never cease. Every nation, every tribe, every soul, redeemed by grace, will gather around one table, my table in perfect fellowship. You will look into one another's eyes and see my reflection. You will embrace, laugh, and rejoice, for the circle will finally be unbroken. Until that day, walk in love. Let fellowship be your worship. Let kindness be your offering. Let unity be your testimony. For I take great joy when my children dwell together in peace. My dear children, rest your hearts and listen, for I am still speaking. My voice moves like a gentle wind over calm waters, soft yet steady, calling you back to the truth that you are never truly alone. Even when you cannot see it, I am weaving you into the tapestry of my love, thread by thread, heart by heart, life by life. I am the master weaver, joining the strands of your story with others, forming a pattern more beautiful than you can imagine. You see, fellowship is not an accident. It is not a coincidence when two souls meet and understand each other in an instant, when compassion bridges what words cannot. Those are the moments when heaven touches earth. I arrange those divine encounters because I take joy in seeing my children find one another. For where two or three gather in my name, I am there not watching from afar, but dwelling among you, filling the space between you with light and warmth. My dear children, think of a fire in the cold of night. A single flame gives light, but many flames together chase away the darkness. So it is with your hearts. When one of you burns alone, the wind of the world may threaten to extinguish your flame. But when you gather in fellowship, when your spirits unite in love and prayer, your collective light becomes unquenchable. That glow, that shared warmth is my joy made visible. When I said, "It is not good for man to be alone," I spoke not only of companionship, but of divine design. I made you for one another. I created laughter to be shared, burdens to be carried together, stories to be told and remembered. You are each a reflection of my image, and when you come together, you form a clearer picture of who I am. The more you love, the more you see me. The more you give, the more you experience my heart. There are some of you who carry quiet wounds, wounds from betrayal, from rejection, from friendships that fell apart, from love that was not returned. I have seen every tear that has fallen because of broken fellowship. I know how deep the ache runs when trust is lost. But my dear children, do not let the pain of yesterday keep you from the joy I still have for you tomorrow. Healing will come. I will send new people into your life not to replace what was lost, but to reveal that love never truly runs out. My supply is endless, and my grace renews what pain has tried to destroy. Forgive those who hurt you. Let go of bitterness that builds walls between you and others. Bitterness isolates the heart. Forgiveness opens it again to my love. When you forgive, you allow me to restore the flow of fellowship that brings life. My spirit moves most freely where mercy reigns. And I tell you the truth, when you show mercy, you look most like me. My dear children, imagine once more the table I have prepared. Upon it the bread is warm, the cups overflow. The light of my presence shimmers like golden dawn. Every seat bears a name, and your name is among them. You do not have to earn your place. I have already chosen it for you. This table is not only a symbol of heaven, but a calling for how to live now. Set your tables on earth to look like mine. Invite the weary, the lonely, the forgotten. Make room for those who have no place to belong. When you welcome others into your home, you welcome me. When you share your meal with someone in need, you honor my presence. When you offer kindness to a stranger, you build my kingdom. Do not let fear close your door. I will protect you. I will lead you to those whose hearts are safe, whose intentions are pure, whose love reflects mine. Trust my spirit to guide your connections. Not every friendship will last a lifetime, but every act of love you give will last eternally. Love is never wasted. My dear children, there is also a fellowship beyond what you can see, a great communion of saints and angels that surrounds you even now. When you worship, you do not sing alone. The heavens echo your praise. When you pray, your voice joins a chorus that rises continually before my throne. You are part of something vast, something eternal, something holy. Never believe that your faith exists in isolation. You are bound together with all who love me across time and space, across nations and generations. When you feel unseen, remember that the eyes of heaven are upon you. When you feel unheard, know that your prayers are woven into the eternal song of redemption. When you feel forgotten, remember that you are engraved on the palms of my hands. Fellowship is more than gathering. It is unity of spirit. It is standing with one another through joy and sorrow, success and failure, light and darkness. It is holding on to love when the world tells you to let go. It is speaking peace into chaos and grace into conflict. My dear children, this is what pleases me, when my people reflect the heart of heaven in the way they treat one another. When you forgive, you heal my body. When you reconcile, you rebuild what the enemy tried to divide. When you love one another sincerely, you make my joy complete. Do not underestimate the holiness of community. Every kind word, every shared prayer, Every act of patience is worship to me. Let my words be a lamp for your path. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion. This is the wisdom I have given you. Walk together. Hold each other up. Be the hands that lift, not the voices that wound. You are my family. You are brothers and sisters under one Father, joined by one Spirit, redeemed by one Savior. I take delight in you, not when you stand apart, but when you draw near. I do not dwell in isolation, but in unity, in hearts that beat together in love. So, my dear children, let fellowship be your daily song. Let kindness be your rhythm, compassion your melody, forgiveness your harmony. Let every home become a sanctuary where my presence is welcome. Let every conversation become an opportunity to show grace. Let every shared meal become an altar of thanksgiving. And when you come together, whether in laughter or tears, in prayer or in silence, know this: I am there. I am seated among you, smiling as a father smiles upon his gathered children. For my joy is not in solitude, but in togetherness. My joy is in you, my dear children united, beloved, and forever mine. My dear children, the time we have shared in this moment is sacred, a whisper of eternity folded gently into the rhythm of your day. Though the message nears its close, my presence does not fade. I am still here, resting with you in the quiet, surrounding you with peace deeper than the noise of this world. You have listened with your heart, and I have spoken with mine. Now let these words settle within you like soft rain upon the soil, nourishing the places that have long been dry. My beloved ones, I see the paths you walk, some filled with joy and light, others shadowed by loneliness, doubt, or weariness. But I am the same God on the mountain top and in the valley. I do not change. My love does not waver. I am the still point at the center of your turning world. When you feel the ache of isolation, remember this truth: I am closer than your breath, nearer than your heartbeat. You are never outside my reach. I have called you into fellowship not just with others, but first with me. Before you seek comfort in the arms of another, rest first in mine. Before you pour your heart out to a friend, pour it into my presence, and I will fill you with a peace that passes understanding. Then, from the overflow of that peace, you will bless others. For true fellowship begins here in communion with your Father. My dear children, picture now the breaking dawn. The night was long, and the air was heavy with silence, but now light stretches across the horizon. The first golden rays spill over the clouds, touching the earth with warmth and promise. That light is my joy, the joy of a father watching his children awaken to love once more. The shadows retreat not by your effort, but by my presence. You may feel small beneath the vastness of life, yet you are the center of my affection. Each sunrise is painted with your name in its glow. Each breeze that brushes your cheek carries my whisper: I am with you. Even when you walk through seasons of loneliness, you walk through them, not into them forever. I am the one who leads you out, guiding your steps toward fellowship, toward laughter, toward the gentle company of others who carry my light. For it is written, the Lord sets the solitary in families. He brings out those who are bound into prosperity. Psalm 68:6. I am fulfilling that promise in your life, even now. You may not yet see the family I am forming around you, but I do. I am aligning hearts, preparing paths, softening souls so that when you meet, you will recognize my handiwork. Nothing is by chance when love is my design. The friendships I ordain will carry grace in their laughter, healing in their presence, and purpose in their unity. So, my dear children, lift your eyes again. Look around not with fear, but with faith. There are people I have placed within your reach, some waiting quietly for your smile, some longing for your prayer, some needing the comfort only you can give. Do not underestimate how I can use you to bring another soul out of the shadows. When you share love, you share me. When you give time, you give eternity. When you welcome someone to your table, you make room for heaven to draw near. Oh, my beloved ones, how it pleases me when you live in this way, not divided, but united, not withdrawn, but reaching out. My joy is complete when you love each other deeply, for that love is the fragrance of heaven. And even when the world feels cold, your warmth can change it. Even when others withdraw in fear, your courage to connect can light the darkened heart. There will still be storms, my dear children. The wind will sometimes rise, and loneliness will attempt to return like a wave upon the shore. But you are not at the mercy of the storm. I am your anchor in the deep. When the waves crash, my hand steadies you. When the rain falls, my wings cover you. And when the thunder rolls, my voice speaks peace into your soul. The storm will pass, and when it does, the air will smell of renewal, and the light will return brighter than before. In those moments after the storm, when quiet settles again, listen closely. You will hear the laughter of those I have brought near you, the gentle hum of fellowship restored. You will feel the warmth of community, the belonging that springs from my heart. You will see the truth that you were never meant to walk alone, not in this life, nor in the one to come. My dear children, the fellowship I give you on earth is only a reflection of the eternal fellowship that awaits in heaven. One day, you will gather around the great table I have prepared, a feast unlike any other, every nation, every tongue, every soul, redeemed by love. The music of eternity will play softly, the light will be golden and endless, and every face will shine with joy unbroken. There will be no more distance, no more loneliness, no more goodbyes. You will know as you are known, and you will love as you are loved. Until that day, live as citizens of that coming kingdom. Bring a piece of heaven into your homes, your friendships, your gatherings. Let my Spirit guide your words, your actions, your invitations. Let your life become a table that welcomes others to taste and see that I am good. And when you grow weary, when you doubt whether love still has strength in you, return to me. Sit at my feet and let me refill your cup. I will never tire of lifting you. I will never stop loving you. I am your Father, and you are my dear children, precious, chosen, and endlessly loved. Let my peace wash over you now, like a river that never runs dry. Feel it move gently through your heart, carrying away fear, guilt, and sorrow. Let it settle deep, steadying your breath, softening your spirit. I am the river of life, flowing through you, making all things new. Wherever this river touches, healing comes. My peace is not fragile nor fleeting. It is not dependent on your circumstances. It is the steady flame that burns even when the winds rise. My peace guards your mind when confusion speaks. It surrounds your heart when you feel fragile. It holds you close when the world feels distant. Remember my promise, beloved. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. My peace is your inheritance, your anchor, your song. Now rest in it. Let gratitude rise like morning light. Thank me not only for what I have done, but for what I am still doing, for the unseen blessings already unfolding, for the relationships being shaped in silence, for the laughter that will fill your tomorrow. And as you leave this time of reflection, carry my words with you. Let them echo gently in your heart through the hours ahead. When you speak, speak with love. When you listen, listen with compassion. When you walk, walk with grace. And wherever you go, remember that you carry my presence, a living flame that lights the way for others. If this message has touched your heart, my dear children, let it not remain hidden. Share it as you would share bread with the hungry or water with the thirsty. Let others find hope through the same peace you have felt here. When you leave a word of encouragement, when you share this light with others, you become part of the spreading of my message across the earth. So gently, I invite you, if this word has comforted you, if my presence has spoken to your heart, to help it reach others. Let your light join with theirs. Let my voice echo through your kindness. As you like, comment, and share, do so not as a task, but as an act of love, a way of extending my table so that more of my children may come and sit with me. For each heart that hears, I draw closer. Each soul that listens, I embrace. Each life that is touched by this message adds another thread to the great tapestry of fellowship I am weaving across the world. And so, my dear children, go now in peace. Walk in the warmth of my love. Let joy rise within you like the dawn. You are never alone, never forgotten, never unloved. I am your Father, and I delight in you. My hands surround you. My spirit fills you. My heart beats for you. Go, beloved ones, and shine the light I have placed within you. Love one another deeply, for love is of me. Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you rest, I will rest beside you. You are safe. You are seen. You are mine now and forever.